Boy, let's face it, most things we want now, they're on demand, whether it's something we want to watch on TV or music, you name it. Patience is being a virtue. Well, that's going extinct.
So what do folks do when you encounter?
I'm trying to hurry up this intro.
When you encounter a situation like your Wi-Fi's down at home, I know my son loses it, but or there's a line to check out at the grocery store, do you find yourself getting a little uncomfortable, frustrated? I don't, but a lot of people do.
Community psychologist Dr. Josh Klapow, Tony Kurre join us now from their show. Good to have you with us this morning.
Nice to have you. It's time. January is always that. New Year's resolutions. We've done enough stuff on resolutions, but it's also no January. We got no shave November.
Yep.
Everyone in January gives up something, and so I saw this interesting article. I was actually with a friend of mine. They're doing this 21 days of prayer thing that a lot of people do in this town through the Highlands, and they were talking about giving up intimacy in their relationship as part of their. And I was kind of like, what? I said, why would you want to give up something that's such an important part? And they're like, well, we just wanted to see if we could do it, and it would make it more special. And so then I started thinking more broadly of things that everyone sees because no one's drinking in January. Yeah. Celibacy seems to be coming back.
I didn't see it going in this direction.
I think the point is that when you hear Coach Saban talk about this back when he was coaching, trying to handle being uncomfortable.
Yes.
And that's what about.
And that's what I was trying to get.
Yeah.
So I think the Wi-Fi thing, I think we go into, for example, if I leave my phone at home accidentally.
What happens?
Now, granted, I have to have it for work. That's one thing. But I do go into a panic.
Yes.
And I have to get it.
Yes, exactly.
That is a weird thing.
Your phone goes down, your computer goes down. I mean, on the one hand, you'll say, well, I need it for work, etc. But there's a larger kind of emotional reaction to it. What am I going to do? How am I going to make it? How am I going to navigate? And we have a whole generation, it's multi-generation of people who, myself included, can't deal with discomfort. Psychological discomfort from waiting in lines.
Discomfort, what do you mean by the word discomfort?
Well, because it's not pain, but it's things like inconvenience. It's things like not being able to have what you need at your fingertips. You travel to a different country and you can't have the food that you want.
We're an instant gratification society.
But why you can't deal with that? That's the issue, right? Why I can't deal with being that uncomfortable or something that makes me discomforted.
Well, by getting outside your comfort zone, I mean, get outside your comfort zone. Well, getting outside your comfort zone is to allow to be your elastic self and to grow. Test your faith, your hope, whatever, and to grow. And if you're not willing to go out and be adventurous and do those things, then you're never going to know what's out there. But I will say this: no one likes to be outside their comfort zone. I mean, but I think being outside your comfort zone makes you in your comfort zone.
And it's getting harder to get outside your comfort zone. See, that's the whole point. If you think about it, everything we need is there for us. And so our comfort zones are like this big now.
Sure.
And so when we find ourselves outside of our comfort zone, there's an immediate kind of reflex to get back in. And so part of what we try to teach people is learning how to deal with that uncertainty, that discomfort, dealing with your Wi-Fi going out, because it's good for you as a coping skill.
How do you deal with it?
You ride it out, and that's the biggest thing, because most of us get to a certain point, oh, I'll borrow somebody else's phone, or I'll figure out a way to go around it. So part of the way you deal with it is actually riding it out to the other side when you realize I am going to be okay. And I know that kind of sounds like psychobabble, but it's true, because every time that we try to ride it out and we don't, and we're sort of rescued, the anxiety gets worse.
This might be kind of a different topic, and this could be for another segment, but Mike and I were talking about that if something happened to me and I said, you need to call Mike, I don't know his phone number.
Right.
It's in my phone.
Right.
I haven't memorized it. And so we don't, those weird little things, and I think I would panic.
Absolutely. You're going to be okay, though. We'll just sit with it right now.
The thing is, we can all remember to call Jenny, because we all remember that number.
867-5309.
And that's not going to
My
help
daughter
any of
called
us.
that number yesterday. It's so funny you bring that up. We were talking about that song because there's evidently a new song from Ariana Grande where she puts a phone number at the end, and then she calls it, and it's a solo album. And I said, we used to have this song from Tommy too, Donnie. She called it, and someone actually answered.
That will be the next segment.
So everybody be comfortable.
Yeah.
Our favorite phone number song.
Comfortable and
That's right.
There you go.
We'll be back.